Hey Don, you guys haven't played a ton of clutch time minutes. Could you just kind of explain how those feel differently than the ones leading up to them?
I think the biggest thing is just how we execute. I think we've had a few games where we've been in that situation, and we've executed. We may not have won every time, but we've executed. I think tonight we did a good job of it. A few mistakes, but I think overall, I think we did a solid job of just executing, getting the looks we wanted, running the plays we wanted, how we get there. And it may not always result in a win, but as long as we execute the right way, I think that's what we can ask for. And I mean that in both ends of the floor. Because they're a talented team. They're going to hit shots. They're going to do a lot of good things on offense and also play really good defense. And I think for us, just being able to execute on both ends of the floor, I think made the difference.
Andy Larson, Salt Lake Tribune.
Donovan, in that last kind of 7-minute stretch, you come in and there's the turnover, missed shots and stuff, and then in the last 4 minutes, you really won the game with those 2 threes. Was it a difference in terms of execution, kind of in the simplicity of what you were doing, or kind of how did you approach that? And
I mean, the first turnover, with the blitz, kind of short. So they had Robert Williams and Tatum on me. I could have just called the timeout, but I'm stuck in that corner. That's a tough one on me. I'll take the floater, the missed floater. There was another turnover I had. It's just little things that I can fix. But it's all fixable. It's all things that I can look from and build off of. But when it's time, it's time. And I think you just can't afford to have mistakes in those moments. I've had moments where I've made those mistakes under 4 minutes. But for me, it's all about the next play. If I'm out here worrying about the turnovers or the missed shots, then I'm not gonna be able to do my job, which is close out games. And when you're going against a team like that, who has multiple weapons like we do as well on their offensive ends, trying to keep the lead as big as possible, because they made a few shots at the end like they did. If those threes don't go in, or I don't make those plays, or my teammates don't find ways to give me the ball to make those plays, then maybe a different situation.
Next up, Ben Anderson, KSL Sports.
Donovan, how do you handle that label hero ball versus actual hero, and kind of the pressure that comes with making the right choice or making the wrong choice, and you're either kind of the GOAT or the hero?
That kind of just comes with the territory, to be honest. Oh man, it's funny you say that. I think it just comes with my job. It comes with what I've been given, the opportunity I've been given since my rookie year. And at the end of the day, sometimes shots that everyone takes, I take. Everyone doesn't take, I take. As part of my role. And it's called hero ball to some, but not to me. It's the shots I work on. Shots that may look tough, or the shots I put hours and hours in the summer. Whether they fall or not is about whether I execute, and sometimes it's just make or miss. But at the end of the day, it's not even just about hero ball as far as shooting. It's making a simple play too. And I've gotten progressively better at that. I can get better at that. But for me, it comes with really my job. It comes with that, having the ball late. You got to be able to think through everything, think the game, find the plays, and whether it's labeled hero ball, I really don't care. I think my teammates and my coaches want me to put the ball at the end of the game, and that's all that matters. I know what I can do late in the game, and that's that.
David James, KUTV.
Donovan, turnovers have been a problem since the All-Star break, really for 2.5 games, even at the start of this one. But in the second half, only 4 for the whole team. What happened that turned around so dramatically?
Execution. I think we did a good job, like I said, of just being able to be precise, knowing what we're doing. Got to give credit to everybody, up and down. JC coming in, making reads, Mike, Boyan, George, Joe, Rudy making passes out of the blitz, Fave as well. That's really all it is, just simplicity, keeping it simple and just being able to execute as far as, being precise with our passing, with our precision, whatever it may be. And I think that's really where we turned our level up, because you came in like, man, we're only up 1, we're not really playing our best. So I kind of in our heads, like we can reach another level and be in good shape. Excuse me.
Eric Walden, Salt Lake Tribune.
Don, Rudy has a pretty incredible block on the Jalen jump shot attempt in the fourth, and then that turns into him getting a dunk on the other end. Rudy was pretty dominant that whole fourth quarter. Once he got in there, what did you see out of him tonight in terms of what was working for him late that maybe wasn't earlier in the game?
I think he just set a tone in the fourth. I think he knows it's his time on the defensive end, especially. I think, in the beginning of the game it was kind of indecisive. We all were. And I think with him, you saw late, he blocked the shot, sprinted the floor and got a dunk. Like that's the epitome of what we want him to do and what he can be really, really good at. And I think that was really, he put his mind to it, and he's done a great job of that, finishing, dunking the ball instead of missing the layup on who was it? Tatum, Jason Tatum. He lays the ball up. It's different when he starts dunking on Tice. I think that's the level, from here to here. And it's little things, and he saw it. We know he knows it, and he went out there and did it, especially in the fourth. And on all fronts, just being there, I think is his presence definitely alters shots, changes things, and he understands that. And he took it to another level in the fourth.
Sarah Todd, Deseret News.
Don, we saw a couple of heated moments between you and Jalen. I know that you guys are close. When you're close with a guy like that, does that make sort of that on-court rivalry a little bit hotter? Like you know each other so much, you want to go at each other?
Yeah, I mean, it's what's fun. I love playing Boston, and I think they say the same thing because we're all cool with each other. Like I grew up knowing Jason and Jalen. Kemba narrated my AU team's documentary. You know what I mean? I've played against Tremont Waters in high school, so I know a lot of guys on the team, and I think it's what makes it fun. I think that right there was nothing. It was just he hit me, so I hit him back. Simple as that. But that's my guy. Those are my guys, and it makes the game fun. I think being able to go out there and just kind of put on a show and try and execute the best for our team, and I think that's what makes us special. And it's fun to see the come up, especially for the three of us young guys that kind of coming up and doing our thing. I think it's pretty dope.
All right, we're done. Thank
Court,
you, Don.
On the court, I don't really care about that.
All right, we're done. Thanks, Donovan.